Oh, you have pad thai. Pad thai is like one of my favorite foods. I love it. I love pad thai. It's so good. Oh. Maybe I will make home pad thai tonight, which is just noodle sauce and egg, and so not full pad thai. That's fine. Pad thai is surprisingly super easy to make. I really like it. I like making it. I like eating it. It's good. But hello, you guys. How are we doing tonight? I've already said I'm pretty tired, so it may be like low-key stream tonight. Theater Farm and Thursday was just the other day. And that kind of wiped me out. So I had to be real high energy for that one, but hopefully I will still be entertaining to you all. Hopefully we can learn some things about art and game dev tonight. Regardless of how tired I am, I'm gonna get through it. I can't skip 3 game dev streams in a row. I need to work on my game. It's good. And yeah. High energy and fighting moths. Did we fight moths? I don't remember. I don't remember. Oh. All right, let's do the opening spiel, my bob. Woo! We're here. Hello. Theater. No. Let's not do that. So if you missed it, since this is a Mixed Feelings Elysium stream, I think it's only appropriate to share, once again, Cass's really awesome cosplay, human cosplay of Kahira. If you want to check out, like, the full details, you can check it out in the Discord. You can also see the link, the invite link to the Discord, !Discord, and yes, you can check that out. But this is, Cass's Twitter. But yeah, definitely check that out. It's awesome. I love all the little elements of the makeup tutorial. Steal the look. Did it work? It did work! Yeah! Hello, Cass. That is you. I felt it was only appropriate to share during this stream since we're actually doing, like, mixed feeling stuff. I like to think it was moths because that's more amusing, but thinking about it, it probably wasn't. What? What were... You're scaring me! What were the moths? I don't know! I don't know! Topical. Yes. But, as always, Mixed Feelings is free. If you have no money and you would like to play, that is okay. You can do that. You can absolutely do that. But it's at least 3 hours of pain and suffering. If you're into that sort of thing, that's the game for you. Any other things we need to talk about? So if you missed Theater Farm and Thursday, it actually went swimmingly. It went great. We made $2,600, which is incredible because we barely streamed like 4 hours. What in hell? This is going great, you guys. I'm so excited. The next one is going to be July 7th. So that's going to be starting summer, and we're going to do the luau. I don't know if we can convince Kira to throw the mayor's trunks into the luau pot, but because then everybody in the town will hate us. But maybe we'll do a vote. Maybe we'll do a vote. Or maybe if we get to a certain amount of money before the luau, maybe we'll throw the shorts in. Who knows? It'll be a fun thing. And possibly next stream we will be going to Ginger Island, which if you're unfamiliar with Stardew Valley, first of all, if you don't know what the luau is a giant, like, pot of soup and everybody throws something into the soup. And you can throw the mayor's shorts into the soup. And it makes everybody mad at you, and it's funny. And, the Ginger Island is, like, an entirely, like, it's a new, like, side quest thing, and it's really fun, and Kira has never experienced it. Case has also never experienced it. Cal has never experienced it either. Only me and Mo know anything about Ginger Island. So it's very exciting, and I'm very excited for more Stardew in the future, and Case and I have been brainstorming for future fundraising streams, like bigger 24-hour fundraising streams. So if anybody has any, like, cool ideas that they think would, really, like, blow up as a fundraiser stream for, like, the theater, please let us know. We have a few ideas. I definitely want to do some off the beat streams again in the future. Which, if you're unfamiliar with that, those are me playing rhythm games and you donate to throw me off beat by playing loud, obnoxious, fun meme music. And that was a while ago, the last time I did that. I've only done it once and it went pretty well. But now that there are a lot of new people, I feel like it would be nice to try that again and see, and show you guys the Off the Beat streams. I think it would be really funny with Parappa, even though Parappa, you don't have to be that on beat in the first place. It's not really about that. Parappa is dumb, and I love it. But there are a lot of rhythm games that I love, and that would make a pretty fun fundraising streams. Oh yeah, the last one I did was so old, I had my, like, old model, like 2 models ago, my 3D one, that a lot of you probably don't even remember. Potrare was here, though. Fuck, shit, it's all in the mind. On rhythm games. Yeah. Also, how's the music compared to my voice? I hope it's okay. Because I went back and I watched the VOD for the Theater Farm on Thursday, and there was a lot of volume mixing that made me go, no! But by the end, I think it was okay. You vaguely remember the 3D model? Yeah, it was a gift from a friend, done in, like an anime character maker thing. The issue with it is, like, it kept glitching out incorrectly. I mean, that's the only way. That's the only way. The music is also there. Okay, cool. Awesome. I mean, with Tail Time playing, it's unlikely the levels could get much worse. Yeah! Tail Time is meant to drown everything out, so, you know. Oh, but thank you, everybody, for coming to Theater Farming Thursday. If you were even able to just pop in for a second, or even able to just, like, talk about it, or retweet it, or like it even. Like, I appreciate all the support with the theater, as always. Love it, love to see it. So today, what are we working on? We're gonna start, as always, with our little warm-up of Silas. Or just warm-up in general. It is Silas, but it's not always Silas. But today, after my warm-up, I wanted to see about finishing a playable demo for the public, because I would like to release a demo for Mixed Feelings 2 by the end of June. So maybe by the start of summer. That would be really cool, honestly. Also, Girl Stream Team was asking if they could play a demo for their Pride Marathon stream. Pride Month Marathon. Yeah, you know. And I was gonna see if I could finish a demo, which I totally could. There's like one sprite that I needed to make, and it's a cameo sprite, and it's a gift to somebody, and we may be seeing it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Ah! Ah! Maybe. But, whoa, 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 whoa! You ever get real dizzy just suddenly? I'm gonna drink some water. So yeah, really all I need to do is finish that sprite, and then kind of go through, and the biggest thing I really need to do is find places to end the demo, and I don't want to end it like right at the choice for each character. I want you to go to the place that they're talking about, and then like something to happen where they go, oh, it's the end of the demo. Maybe go back and talk to another character, or like in the case that you talk to each character, they'd be like, oh, it's the end of the demo. You've talked to everybody. That's all there is. Goodbye. And that's it. If it's a part cat chimera, it's a Chmeow. A lot of chimeras are part cat. In fact, a chimera is part cat, it's part lion. Like the good old-fashioned chimera. It's a lion-goat snake. So, you know. That's what Silas is. Anyway, let's get this started. And I'm gonna move tablet over. There's like already off the bat stuff that is annoying me about this. The first thing being this shadow makes these like tassels, I guess is what you would call these. Pull strings, I don't know. Look like they're floating, and like that's stupid. They would be resting right here. I don't think they would be flying that far off of Silas's body. It just seems a little silly. Like they'd be floating a little bit, but not. Like these are the things I think about. Maybe this one is going a little off. Maybe a little bit. There we go. The other thing is, where is the source of light? Here? If the source of light is here, then why are there so many shadows right here? That's a little silly. A little silly. I'll put a little bit of shadow going on here, but not like that insane amount. Stringles? Yeah, that's the technical term. Gotta get those stringles in. You can have a little bit of shadow as a treat. You're right, and you should say it. So, there's been a slight change of plans when it comes to the stream schedule for next month. Here's the thing. Next month originally was going to be a Valheim stream time. However, turns out there's going to be a big update for Valheim sometime this year. And I think it would be better to wait until that update gets implemented, because if we ended up in the Mistlands, which is what they're updating ultimately, before it gets updated, like, I guess you would need to, like, restart your game, essentially. That's how big this update is. So I'm like, it would really suck if we, like, started and then, like, a couple months later, the Mistlands gets thrown in, and that would just really suck to have to start everything back over. So maybe we should wait. And also we can have, like, make sure we have our schedules all in order, all that good stuff. But we have some good plans, and we're gonna have better plans because we're gonna have more time to plan it. So look forward to Valheim. It's gonna be a fun time. How goes it? Hello. Hello, Archivist. How are you? So next month, I had a few ideas I was bouncing between. Because next month is my birthday month. Turning 8,530. Ah! Oh shoot, I forgot to get rid of the Stardew things. Hold on. Beep. So long. Oh yeah, if somebody donated $100 right now, I would immediately die and the rest of the stream would be silence. Yeah, I'm gonna be old. So I'm like, as a treat, I would like to stream something that I really like. And this music is aptly timed, because I would like, people have been expressing, people keep asking me, even though I streamed all 4 of the original games last year in succession, people keep asking, hey Spoonie, when are you gonna stream Silent Hill? And I'm like, you guys, I've already streamed them. I've streamed them. And then they're like, do it again. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I will. I'm not complaining. I just think it's funny that, like, people are like, Spoonie Silent Hill stream when? And I'm like, I did it! I did all of them! But I will. I'll start doing it. It'll be a tradition every June. perhaps. Every June. Birthday month? Every June. Thank you for the follow. Hunter out! That's probably not how you say that, but I needed to say it. Ow! Thank you for the follow. I don't know what that means, but thanks. There are no more hills that are silent. Make some. What's funny with like how much I talk about Silent Hill, people have said, "Oh, you've got me interested in Silent Hill now." I can confirm that I got at least one person into Silent Hill who was never into horror previously. From those streams last year. Thank you for the water, by the way. Hello to Zara. Minmo a while back was like, Spoonie off-stream win? Like the game off? And I was like, Case and I did that like 3 years ago now. I would love to do off again, but I need to wait a few years for me to forget about it. Which is gonna be hard because I go back and I watch those streams a lot. Because they were really fun. Off stream, no. Like the game, no. I want you to stop streaming. Now. Spoonie, get off stream and go to sleep when? Never. I don't understand, you guys. I sleep so much. I sleep a normal amount. I sleep like 8 to 9 hours, but man, I got that sleepy bitch syndrome. I'm so tired all the time. It's probably because I just am doing things all the time. But then again, I feel like I'm not. I'm playing too many video games. But at the same time, I'm like, well, I mean, I'm working on a game. I do commissions. I stream. I do a fundraiser for vaudeville theater every so often. Maybe that's why I'm tired. Maybe that's why. That would make sense. The thing is, I just can't. I don't know what it is about my brain. I can't focus on one thing at once. If I'm like, okay, only working on game dev like I was for like 2 months, I feel like I'm not doing enough. I feel like I'm not accomplishing or being productive enough. I have to be switching between like several tasks at the same time, or I feel like I'm not doing enough. That's my problem. I want to do things all the time. I want to do so many things. I don't want to put all my focus in one thing. I can't. I'm incapable. It sucks. I wish I was. I probably am, but my brain goes insane. Sometimes the body just craves rest regardless of energy output, but also I think you're like rightfully tired. Yeah. Sleep intervals, like biphasic sleeping, because I've tried that before. It was pretty interesting. Maybe I should try that again. It was just hard. Go to sleep when the sun goes down and then wake up in the middle of the night, then do some things, and then go back to sleep, and then get back up. I have never been like a nap person. Like even when I was a small baby, I never took naps. Maybe when I was a baby, but not like when I was a toddler and there'd be like, okay, it's nap time. I never napped. I would pretend to nap so they wouldn't yell at me, but I never napped. I was incapable of napping. I don't know what the problem is. I'm a cat. I should be sleeping all the time. But instead, I just sleep like 10 hours instead. All at once. And then I feel tired still. Whew! Made up for all the naps I didn't take in preschool and kindergarten by taking an abundance of naps upon getting to college. The only time I ever really nap is when I'm really sick. And that doesn't happen to me very often. I'm lucky. My immune system is like a tank. I think the last time I got sick was like 4 years ago. Like sometimes, like last Saturday, I feel my body getting sick and I just feel incredibly tired and weak. And then the next day I'm fine. There'll be nothing else. I just feel tired and weak. Started napping way too much when I started having depression. And I still frequently take depression naps when I'm not feeling great. Man, that sucks. I am so sorry. My issue is, one of my issues with, like, sleeping in general is I am such a light sleeper. I need to wear earplugs. I need to. There'll be, like, the tiniest sounds will wake me up. The other night, my earplugs fell out, and the thing that woke me up was Moon Pie's water bowl, which is a fountain, right? And it has a little trickle, and it's like far away in the apartment. And I heard it trickling, and I was just like, I couldn't get back to sleep. I had to put my earplugs back in. Thanks, melatonin, serotonin, dopamine, offset bullshit. Yeah, it's weird, because I feel like I've been doing all the things to produce serotonin and melatonin correctly. Because, like, the thing is, maybe I'm not eating enough of the right foods. Because you need to eat foods with tryptophan, right? Tryptophan turns into serotonin when it's in your body and there's, like, sunlight, right? And then it turns into melatonin at night. That's why tryptophan is in turkey, right? It's not, like, super crazy in turkey, but that's why people talk about getting, like, turkey drunk. It's because it has tryptophan in it. And if there's no sunlight, you get tired because of the melatonin. But hello, King. How are you? We're talking about science. But yeah, maybe I just need to eat more cucumbers. Cucumba. Need that cucumba. Because it's... What is it? I'm trying to remember. I'm pretty sure it's like non-sweet fruit. So like a cucumber. Or non-sweet green fruit. Okay, I could be getting this wrong. Case, if you're here, if you're out there, you would know. And you would tell the chat. I think kiwi is one. Whoa. Yeah, I'm a very light sleeper and I... What's it called? I don't have a super hard time getting to sleep, honestly. But... Man. To have uninterrupted sleep is pretty hard for me. So I also have, like, weird dreams. Not necessarily always, like, nightmares. I'm usually, like, aware that I'm dreaming, so I can easily, like, wake myself up if things start getting weird. But, like, does anybody else have the dream where in the dream you are just so extraordinarily tired and you can't stay awake. And you keep trying to sleep, but you can't sleep. And so you wake up and you just feel more tired. Is this just me? I haven't found anybody else who has this dream. I had a dream there was a wolf and I went to pet it and it turned into a 30-foot rabbit. Oh man. You don't know. I also feel like lately I'm the only person who remembers their dreams. It's because I dream like right before I wake up. Okay, Semaphoric Waves knows what I'm talking about. Yesterday I had a dream that I was just so incredibly sick and tired. And I just felt so sick and tired. And I felt like I was dying. And then I wake up and I was just so groggy. So it's so bizarre. Dreams are bizarre. Dreams are so strange. Trying my best. I have dreams where I'm in pain from things I can't get away from me then I wake up with like a neck cramp. I feel that. I had a crazy dream once. Oh man, I don't want to get like into detail because it's kind of squeamish. But there was a point where my arm, like, somebody was basically hacking away at my arm. And it was terrifying and horrible. And I think part of it that fucked me up was everybody was acting like it was normal. A normal thing, a normal process, and I was just freaking out, and I felt real pain. And there was nothing happening to me in real life, but because it was so vivid, my brain actually processed it as real pain and actually happening. So I woke up because my nerves right there on my arm just shot to my brain, and I was like, whoa! It was crazy. I remember once I had a dream where my older brother was annoying me, so Dream Me went to punch him, and I punched so hard in real life I fell out of my lofted dorm bed at like 2 a.m. And you're surprised you didn't die? It's crazy. I used to sleepwalk a lot and steal things in my sleep. Not like, I didn't sleepwalk like out of my house. I would steal like my siblings' pillows and stuff. I would consistently wake up with 2 pillows and be like, why do I have 2 pillows? And then realize, oh, I stole my brother's pillow. I walked into my brother's room and stole his pillow. You've punched a wall. That's crazy. I've like yelled in my sleep and woken myself up because I was yelling. That's always fun. Thank you for the follow, Dag Nabbit. Dag Nabbit. Where are these people finding me? I'm just over here drawing tummies. Hello, Theo. Remember once I had a... Oh, wait, I already read that. Whoop! Your dresser was in prime head injury positioning at the point, so it def could not have been great. You have a history of waking up from tripping. Oh, yeah. I feel like that's a common occurrence, is like... Whoa! Queen Starf! Gifted 5 subs! D-Bad Ventures, Athakaspen, Snowy Motorcycle, Lilabella. Enjoy. Enjoy. Welcome, Queen Snarf. And also Theo. That scared me. I forgot I had that as a freaking notification. Thank you so much. Also, I thought you should know. I've started a sprite. A specific sprite of a specific character. Anyway, let me continue. Silas. We were just talking about napping. Yeah, we've been talking about dreams and napping and stuff and sleeping. Bum bum. Bum bum. Bum bum bum. Will I get in trouble for drawing thighs on Twitch? I know Twitch is weird about things, but I mean, this is just art. This is just anatomy. There's nothing sexual or weird about this. I just get scared. If I put Silas in a hot tub, it should be fine, right? Silas. More like thylus. Meaning, they've got thighs. So many gecks. Thick thighs save lives. Trying to figure out what else. Probably nothing. I do. I actually ended up adding that soundtrack to my stream playlist because I like it a lot. Thank you, Cutter and hello. For the suggestion. I still need to play it, but you know. All in due time. That's my list, Nick. Bliss. There are too many games I need to play. It's scary and daunting. Uh-oh! You got sniped. You got sniped. Who's a gecko? Snarped? Yeah. This song comes on every stream, but I am not complaining because I love this song. It makes me want to do something. It makes me want to do this. Yeah. Yeah, Silas Snake. Are we talking about Gex? We do not speak of him. Actually, we speak of him quite a bit. Gex comes up too much. But I love him. I love Gex. I so want a modern Gex where he just tells like really stupid meme jokes, outdated meme jokes. I really want that. I know it sounds terrible, but I want it so bad. Oh god, it would be awful and I would love it. Okay, look at this so far. We're getting there. We're getting somewhere. Clickbait. Hang on, let me zoom in on them because they're kind of far away. Look at them. My baby. God, I love them. Ah, this is my favorite one. I'm sorry I peeked the mic. This is my favorite one so far. I'm gonna save that. And, should I do that? Should I? Snaff. Okay. Okay. If you're embarrassed, tell me, and I will get rid of it. It's weird how your video game vibe is Gex, Stardew, and Silent Hill. Yeah. Parappa is also in there somewhere. You can see the end of my sentence trail off as I saw Silas in full color. Yeah, no, I already have the full color. I just do this so I can see the shading better. Listen. 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 Okay. I gotta fix this face somehow. It's bothering me. I don't know if it's the face or the head. I think it's just the face. But before that, I need to stretch. Let Daniel Mullins do a Gex game? Can we get a horror Gex game? Oh my god, can you imagine? That'd be weird. You know what? You know what? Not a horror Gex game, a meta Gex game. I feel like if any game, any old IP, any old video game IP deserves to be like meta, it's Gex. Because Gex, his whole thing is he's making like real life, like references to real life, like media, pop culture references. So like, it only makes sense to make Gex a meta experience. Yeah, when is Gex gonna show up in actual reruns of Gilligan's Isle? Because that's... Okay, for those of you unfamiliar with Gex, because I have discovered that that people do not know about Gex, so let me tell you about our Lord and Savior Gex. Gex, the premise of Gex is he is a lizard, he is... Well, Gecko is a type of lizard. He is a lizard who is a couch potato. And Rez, who is the villain of the Gex universe, and he looks cool as hell. First of all, he looks cool as hell. I don't know why, I don't remember why, grabs Gex from the TV and pulls him into the TV dimension. And Gex has to travel through TV dimension. And that's why the worlds in the first Gex game, which is the one I know the most, are like, there's horror, there's cartoons, there's kung fu movies, and jungle adventure movies, I don't know. That kind of shit. That's what it is. Reptile dysfunction, I'm pretty sure that's a joke made in that series. So... Gex makes a lot of reference to old-time TV shows and, like, just actors and shit. And he makes a lot of dumb jokes that kids would never understand, but for some reason they loved. At least I did as a kid. So, you know. So that's Gex. So imagine, actually, for a moment, if Gex did show up in Gilligan's Isle... I don't know why I went through that whole explanation of Gex. But I found out that people, one, don't even realize there are multiple Gex games. I mean, there's 100 Gex. And two, people don't even know Like, the reason Gex makes all these pop culture references is because he's a couch potato. That's why! That's why he's constantly making TV references. Anyway, I love Gex, and that's why I needed to talk about that. Gex Unlimited. I'm sorry about my 100 Gex joke. It was bad. Anyway, let me, figure out what the fuck is wrong with this face. I think it's fine. I think it's actually fine. I think I'm just... Because when I flip it, it looks even better. Okay. I think the shapes are different in here. And that's why. I think that's all it is. That Gex joke sounded like it costs you several years of your immortal lifespan. Star Trek: The Gex Generation. Yeah. An Astro and a friend. This seems... okay, this seems a little more focused. Okay. Yeah, because the eyes aren't the pupils. Oh wait, no. No, I'm gonna be here for a while. Yeah, I'm gonna be here for a while. Okay, that's better. We'll get there. We'll get there. Maybe once I get color and shine and stuff in the eyes, it'll feel not as vacant. Hello, Alpha Dragon Wolf. Hello! We're, working on sprites. Oh! You got snarfed. Enjoy your gift sub and emotes and everything. You can use them now. If you follow, there's even more. Oh! Perfect timing. Do 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 do. Thank you for the follow. Appreciate that. It's on site tonight. Do-do-do. Let's see. Oh wait, no, I already have the colors. There we go. Thank you for the stretch. I swear to you I was stretching, but I'll stretch more for you. Everybody stretch. Make sure you stretch. Stay healthy. All that stuff. Yes. Okay. Crickle crackle goes my backle. I won't break my arms. Gotta stretch good. Oh my god. So I heard, I didn't see a trailer or anything, but I heard there's a Winnie the Pooh movie being made where it's like a horror movie and he kills people? Is that real? Because Winnie the Pooh is now in public domain. Is that real? It's real? Q, 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 Q. Thanks, Q. I'm gonna call you Q, if that's okay. I saw a tweet responding to that, and somebody being like, Winnie the Pooh would never kill people. What is wrong with you people? What is wrong with the premise of this movie? This is terrible. Winnie the Pooh just wants to eat honey. And then they posted screenshots of Winnie the Pooh with his gun. And this person was like, he keeps that thing on him. It's true, he had a gun. Winnie the Pooh had like a fucking shotgun. Pull the trigger, Piglet. I wish I could do a Winnie the Pooh voice. I don't think I can. I can do Mickey Mouse and Minnie Mouse and slightly Goofy. I can't do Donald. is an acceptable nickname for you, Quadruple? That'd be great. A few smackerels of blood. It's insane. You know what? Screw Disney. It's great. I think Peter Pan has been in public domain for a bit. But the original Peter Pan, not the Disney Peter Pan. I think, you know what? You know what? I think that has always been in public domain. And that would explain why there's so much content you can find of Peter Pan, Neverland, all that stuff. Can we talk about Peter Pan for a second? I'm a little pissed about like what Disney has done to Peter Pan. Oh, my impression was good? It wasn't that good. I can't do Winnie the Pooh. Peter Pan is supposedly a washed-up drug lord in the newest Chip and Dale. That's insane. I've watched Peter Pan like 2 or 3 times. The Disney one? Because there's a lot of Peter Pan movies. Listen. Here's my thing about Peter Pan. Here's my thing about Peter Pan. The original Peter Pan, the message, or one of the messages in the movie, or not the movie, the play, was not, never grow up. Never grow up, you guys. It's always good to be a child at heart. It wasn't really that. It was more so, if you are a child forever, it's scary. And you shouldn't act like a child forever. It's important to grow up. And, because, like, the thing about Peter Pan is he was, like, flippant. It was like, he had the Lost Boys, right? And if the Lost Boys got too old, or they grew too big and they all couldn't fit in the treehouse, he would just kill them. He would just kill some. And that was so, that, like, the message I get from that is, like, it's not, like, you should never grow up. It's, please grow up. Please, I'm begging you. I'm begging you. Please grow up. And Disney took the story of Peter Pan and made the message to it, never grow up. Always be a child. And I hate it. Admittedly, I loved the Peter Pan movie when I was a baby. When I was younger, I loved Peter Pan. But then I learned more and more about the original Peter Pan. I was like, oh. Oh. Oh, okay. The original premise was a little weird. My favorite interpretation is that the Lost Boys are kids who died and their spirits stayed young forever. Interesting. Honestly, I want to, like, actually read the original Peter Pan someday. I've read, like, a lot of synopses and stuff. I just never read the actual thing. But, God, do you guys remember... I don't know if it's still on the air. Once Upon a Time. Was that what it was called? The Disney, like, show, where they tied in, like, a bunch of different, like, fairy tales. And I was excited about it. I was like, oh, this is gonna be cool. Because I love when, like, shows do that. And then there was a Beauty and the Beast episode, and they made it explicitly clear that that was Belle from the Disney's Beauty and the Beast. And I was like, oh, hell no. Oh, hell no. There's a lot of lore, changelings being born from kids who die in the forest. It's like fae shenanigans. Oh, I love that. Oh, it's great. Amazing. Oh yeah, Once Upon a Time. Like, it became like Frozen 2, essentially, before Frozen 2 actually was a thing. They even had, like... Oh, God. It was awful. It was bad. It was such a gimmick. I remember I tweeted one day, and I made a lot of people angry. Or maybe it was on Facebook, I don't know. I was like, once upon a time, because Kingdom Hearts wasn't enough of a gimmick. The only Peter Pan play I saw was at my community theater with small children. I was backstage keeping track of the small child playing Tinkerbell and moving set pieces, so it's kind of a stretch to even say I saw it. Moral of the story is Peter Pan is a changeling who exists for kids who are forced to grow up too fast. Ooh. Teaches kids how to, you know, be kids. That's cool. I like that interpretation. Favorite concept of the fairy creatures is Terry Pratchett's Lords and Ladies. Lost Boys are World War I child soldiers? Oh, damn. Okay, I need to... What? I need to read, apparently. Educate myself. Here! Educate yourself! In your interpretation, I see. I see. I guess I could see that. Even if you're joking, I can see it. Even if you're making a joke. Anything goes when it's interpretive, you're right. Do y'all remember, like, back in the day when, it was, like, popular to take, like, a children's show from the 90s and make it be, like, actually, this one character is just crazy and everyone else is dead. I'm talking about the Rugrats, by the way. There was, like, a theory going around that Angelica was just crazy and all the babies were dead. And her imaginary friends, and they were like, think about it. Angelica is the only one who ever talks to the babies. And it's like, no. I see where we are. These Lost Boys were killed in Flanders when the commander sent them to die. No. There was that theory that Ash Ketchum, like, died after getting... or is in a coma the entire Pokemon series after he got shocked by Pikachu. That was another popular one. This character's just in a coma and the rest of the series is just a dream. Hello, Internet. Welcome to Game Theory. Is Ash Ketchum actually just in a coma? And all the rest of Pokemon is some weird fever dream? Tune on next time on Game Theory. I'm sorry. Peter and the Starcatcher actually tells the tale of how Peter becomes young forever. Story follows that he is an orphan who was abused in the foster system, so he ran away with his friend with pirates to live on an island. He wished on a star to never grow up, which then fell to the earth. They called it Star Stuff. Peter decides to stay while his friend leaves and grows up. During this, he also tricks Hook somehow, and they become rivals. I don't know, it's bittersweet, but they make it clear that while they miss each other, neither Peter nor his friends regret their decisions. That's pretty, like, that's the thing about Peter Pan that's interesting to me. Is I've seen a lot of really cool interpretations of it, honestly. Like, I made it clear I'm not a huge fan of like what Disney did to Peter Pan, but did Disney do Hook? Because I really liked Hook with Robin Williams. I tried to watch that recently, and not recently, but a few years back, because I was feeling nostalgic. That one's good. Hook was dumb fun. Yeah. Steven after not surviving theory. Is that a thing? Is that like Steven Universe? My favorite weird Pokemon theory is that the Pikachu that Ash starts out with is not the same Pikachu several episodes later because the first one hated him. Then there were several Pikachus and they pulled a parent trap. What? Oh my god. There's so many conversations happening at once, but that's just because my brain just went everywhere at once, so I'm sorry about that. I apologize. Can I interest you in everything? All of the time. A little bit of everything. All of the time. Apathy's a tragedy. And boredom is a crime. A little bit of everything. All of the time. Hook is a Sony film? Okay. My favorite part was the pirate crew got turned into man mermaids and they all loved it when it was wholesome. Like, it's an important note. It was a bunch of buff mermen in wigs and makeup and they were all so happy. Oh, that's cute. Steven Universe. Steven got cancer and died and didn't die entirely and then became Sans Undertale? Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. What? No. I'm gonna lose my mind. There are images? No! I've seen this! Oh! Oh my god! I hate this! It's real! No, it's not real. It's dumb. There was a Doki Doki Literature Club game theory video that was actually like... It was alright. But one thing that really pissed me off is throughout the game, there is a lot of symbolism about like the third eye. Which if you know anything about anything, the third eye, like chakra, is your intuition, and like I was like, oh, the third eye symbolism is fourth wall breaking. That's why there's so much third eye symbolism. And like MatPat's like pointing out, oh, what is this third eye they keep alluding to? Is it some secret scientific experiment project that they do? And I'm just like, what the fuck are you talking about, my guy? It's symbolism for the third eye and breaking the fourth wall. You dumb of ass. You dumb of ass. You are dumb. God damn it. I hope everybody whose name begins with an S in popular media gets a version of this. 3 eyes? 4 walls? Too many numbers. Bring in the cult. God, I hate MatPat. Get me on record saying that. I hate MatPat. You're dumb. I'm sure you're a lovely person, MatPat, maybe. I don't like your content. Have a nice day. Matt Pat ain't the sharpest. I mean, his audience isn't either, so I can understand why his content is like that, so I'm not gonna fault him for that. My favorite phrase to say whenever someone shows me some bullshit is, "I'm closing my third eye, I've seen enough." That's great. Your dumb Matrick Patrick is showing. Sometimes it just make noises. He used to make good stuff, but now it's just, yeah, you know, unfortunately that's kind of like how it be with content creators when they start to make it big. Specifically when their content, like, caters to, or is popular with, like, a younger audience. They start off, like, having really interesting, cool content, and then, like, kids start watching their content, and then they have to really play up the, "Hey guys, welcome to Game Theory," and it's like, oh, stop it. I noticed that with Markiplier too. I was into Markiplier stuff like when he first started out, and he was pretty chill. He's pretty chill dude, and then like his videos went from "Hello everybody, this is Markiplier" to "Hello everybody, this is Markiplier," and I was like, oh. Devolved. Stalin after not surviving, after having a heart attack, Joseph Stalin, leader of the Soviet Union, becomes a comedian. That's the theory. Dumbest theory ever recently. It made me so mad I had to stop myself from commenting. Oh, please tell us. Mark is up and down for me. Mark is a pretty cool dude from what I've heard and seen. As far as I know. Unis Honest. I never saw any Unis Honest. I saw a little bit of the stream. I popped in and got squicked out because it was during a gross thing, and I was like, blah, and then I left. He admits in interviews that he copied the voice he heard from other YouTubers, which means he's basically bought into relying on crowdsourced ad payments from kids and can't really get out. Ah. Yeah, Mark's brother is a furry. What's the name of the comic? It's like still going too. It's like a really like genderqueer comic. Or I've at least heard a lot of like friends who are not cis realize they were not cis through that comic. Scientific research done for gene editing, specifically CRISPR modifications. Two kinds. Okay. Tell us about CRISPR. They're staring into your soul. Please stretch your wrist, everybody. Do it. Something wild happened where a study involving hamsters had some unexpected results. Namely, they were modifying a gene that affects bonding and friendship-like behavior in hamsters. Oh my god. We need the ability to give ourselves feathers. And the goal was to try and make these hamsters kinder to each other, but instead it did the reverse and it made them hyper-aggressive monsters. Oh no! That's not good. Kind of funny and kind of oopsie. Oh my god, I haven't heard Ermagerd in so long. Hello, welcome Deadpool in spandex. I haven't seen a Deadpool in spandex since the last con I went to. Actually, I don't think I saw any... I don't think I saw any Deadpools at the con I went to last. Jeez. Look at what you did. Giving those perfectly good hamsters the capacity for unsolicited violence. Please, just Deadpool. Oh my gosh, it's an honor, Mr. Deadpool. Oh, sorry, Mr. Deadpool was probably also your father. Lo and behold, I see a Facebook post about that exact article a few days later. Mr. Deadpool was your mother. Oh, here we go. Tell me about the hamsters destroying each other. Enjoy your gift sub. Thank you. Thank you, Queen Snarf. You got snarped! Tell me about this person. This is juicy. This is juicy gossip. Now you have to stick around? Well, I mean, nobody's forcing you. I'm just waiting on this story as I hydrate and stretch my wrist. Also, thank you for the follow. Oh my god, chill guys. Chill guys. Chill out. I'm gonna continue onwards. Ooh. There we go. What? This is what scientists are doing? This is the start of an uprising to create monsters. But why would they name it that? Why not Bane or Doomsday? CRISPR the hamster sounds like a chicken recipe. Oh no. Oh no. Thank you, Chizara. Yeah. No, it's chill, just as long as we don't get too crazy. Not the name, my beloved, not the name. CRISPR. Cheese crispers. This is one of the only songs I know how to play on piano. It's only like muscle memory. I don't know how to read music. What do you take me for? Nobody knows what CRISPR means. Stop! Stop! I swear to God! Okay, it's done. It is a CRISPR edited hamster, not a crispy hamster. Not CRISPR the hamster. CRISPR. Those are like Cheez-Its. Cheese crispers. Part of me wants to play Final Fantasy X for stream someday, but I don't know how much anybody would be into it. I really love Final Fantasy X. Scientists coming out of the lab and getting a gun. Hamsters CRISPR'd. Rice Krispers. If I ever know anyone in the market to obtain a hamster, I'm making them at least give them the middle name CRISPR. Absolutely. We're talking science in here. Ooh. I love this music. This is what goes on in my brain. Did the thing. Wait. 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 No. Oh, which one was it? Oh no. Is it this one? I think it is this one. Yeah, it is that one. No! That's such a dad shirt. Wiping my tablet off. Reminds you of Neapolitan ice cream. The Ape Escape 3 music, the Kung Fu music. I don't know if I could really slow zoom. Hey. Okay. Astro in the dad shirt. My friend had a shirt that looked almost exactly like this, except maybe it was a little more red. And, I don't know how many of y'all are familiar with Uncharted at all. But he cosplayed as Sully wearing that shirt. And I cosplayed as young Nathan Drake. Not Tom Holland. No. Except, I mean, I guess that's technically what Tom Holland played. I can't believe that movie came out and I didn't see it because I was like, no. From what I hear, like, there were people that liked it. They said it was pretty good. It was fun. If I cut my hair and looked horrified all the time, I could be Tom Holland. My hair's pretty short. It's about as short as Tom Holland's. It doesn't look like it, but in my soul it is. I think I look pretty terrified all the time because I am. I'm always terrified. I seem pretty chill, but actually inside I'm just constantly screaming. If I looked like I was holding a frog in my mouth all the time, then I would look like Tom Holland. It's the anxiety. You're right. Yeah, no, I do be having that anxiety. It's manageable. It's manageable. Short hair anxious vibe? Yeah. Guys, I think I've mentioned it before, but I'm so excited. I've had a live 2D model in the works for a bit. Quite a bit. I knew it would take a while because she said up front, it's going to take a while, and I was like, that's fine. I don't mind. But she has been updating me. She's been updating me. I hope nobody can hear my Snapchat. My friend just got a new cat, so they keep messaging me about it. But, she's been updating me and, says that it's very, very close. It's getting there. And I'm just like, whoa! Whoa! Got a blast off, but thank you for the crisper knowledge, and I love how the drawings are going and have fun and good rest of stream. Thank you! Oh no, it's moon pie check. Oh god, 2 moon pie checks. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. One moment. Mm-hmm. 2 of them. I have removed her from her slumber. Hi, Moon Pie. You wanna say hello? You wanna say hello? Okay, she won't say hello. Okay. 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 You want some treats? You want some treats? She's been treated. I'm sorry I don't have 2 cats, so we can't do 2 moon pie checks. I'm so glad. Double check. She's been tret. Yeah? Yeah? Maybe after this Pomodoro, I can feed you. Treat for me. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You get it, Moon Pie. You got it. Oh. It's hot pink. Mm-hmm. She's so upset. She was sleeping with Blahai. Having a good time. But I guess I gave her treats, so she's happy now. She's gotta yell. Bless you. Saw so many dogs today. It was great. I love that I can just go for walks and see dogs. Yeah. Yeah. Love a good dog. I love it when I smooch Alder on the cheek and he just freezes mid-scratch like, whoa, whoa. Love being outside. You can just see dogs for free. It's great. Highly recommend going outside. If you're able to, obviously. I have this terrible luck where I just have people come up to me and say weird things all the time. And I'm just like, please, I just want to go for a walk. Can you just leave me alone? I'm just trying to walk. I'm just trying to exercise. If I had a quarter for every time someone came up to me and told me I'm too skinny, I'd have 2 quarters, which isn't a lot, but it's stupid that it's happened twice. Please leave me alone. I'm trying to walk. I've had one person, like, it was so dumb. I'm like, why would you do this? This was a while ago, though. I was just going for a walk, and this dude was, like, flagged me down and was like, hey, I saw you from far away, and I just needed to tell you, put on some weight. And I went, thanks. Like, that's so dumb. That's so rude. Freaks beget freaks despite the type of freak listen. I too get bothered by different than I freaks. This was actually like a joke when I worked in face paint. I just attracted the strangest, most insane people. Like, I always got the nastiest fucking customers all the time, and it just became a joke. I was like, why do I attract the weirdest, most terrible people? We came to the conclusion that it's because I look very easily bullyable. Because I am small. And people think I'm like 12. They still do. So they think, oh, I can bully this 12-year-old, which is like, if you think about it, who is going around bullying 12-year-olds and thinking it's okay? who, like, why are there, like, big burly men that look at tiny people and go, yeah, you know what I'm doing today? I'm going to tell them to gain some weight. What? I will bully you because it will be easy and you will cry. Yes, I will cry, but you won't see me cry. I will tell you to fuck off first and then get in my car and drive home and cry. But you don't have to know that. I'm getting my master's degree in education and biosciences, and the amount of times I've been hit with, what grade are you? And it's just unfair. Yeah. Yeah. The amount of times people have been, like, talking about alcohol in front of me and they're like, but you're not old enough for that. And I'm like, yes, I am. I have been for several years. They're like, what? I always think of the, what grade are your kids in? 16th grade. 16? That's not even a real grade. Oh, God. If somebody actually asked me what grade I am in at my age, I would think of a very big number, like 27th. $52nd. God, just makes me think. There was, one time when I was working, it was one of the theme parks I worked at. There was, like, construction being done on, like, the parking lot, so we had to, like, go park somewhere else and get shuttled over to, like, the park entrance. And so there was no way for us to get our, like, IDs checked. And, like, because we had, like, company IDs, which we would scan to get into the front gate. So they would have, like, somebody from security come in on the bus, and then everybody would just hold up their ID, and they would go through and they would look at everybody's ID, right? So one time, we had a security officer who was a fairly young looking, like, very pretty young woman. And, like, that's fine. She just came in and she, like, checked all our IDs, and then, like, as soon as she left, all these people were making, like, comments, like, I don't even remember the comments, but they were all very sexist, and I was just like, wow. Wow. Oh. It sucks. It all sucks. I don't know why, like, people gotta be so discriminatory toward, like, younger, like even, like, prettier looking people. Like, you can't work in security. You're a woman. You're a beautiful woman. Oh, I was talking about, long story short, there was a pretty security guard lady at my job, and people made, like, weird sexist comments about it. Yeah. The amount of times when I was working at Disney that I would get stopped backstage. Be like, excuse me, you're not supposed to be back here. I'd be like, I work here. Oh, really? Yes. Yeah. Sorry we always talk about, like, sexism and evil corporations and that kind of shit on my streams. These are just things I think about. Dire Docs, baby. Okay. Let me see about checking that code. Because I know there's at least one variation I would like for this character. Script. Yeah, we gotta get that salt out. Did I already get all my Silent Hill salt out? About, like, the most recent leaks. I think I got it out on Twitter, and I got it out a little during Theater Farm Thursday. But I have so much salt. It's mostly like, just let Silent Hill die. Yesterday? You mean Thursday? What's today? Is today Saturday or Friday? I don't even remember. It's Saturday. I went to the farmer's market. It's Saturday. Wow! Okay, one variation. I don't need to do it yet because I need to shade, but... We've got one variation, lads. Ooh. Okay. Wait, hold up. I'm gonna catch up with chat. These jelly donuts are delicious. Some classic Indigo League jelly donuts. Oh, are you having rice cakes? Is that what you're eating? Onigiri. I remember being young and seeing that and being like, those aren't jelly donuts. Those are rice balls. Like, who did they think they were fooling? Okay. If this is gonna... Oh. Gabby the weirdo, thank you for the follow. You're about to get snarped. Get ready. Get ready! I shouldn't, like, just expect it, because what if Queen Snarf, what if you're like, wait, no, I wasn't going to sub for them. I wasn't going to give them a sub. We need that emote. I'm so confused. Get down. You'll see. That's it. Pow. No. Got him. Enjoy your emotes. And thanks for the follow. Okay, we're getting our salt out. We're getting our salt out. I have salt about Pokemon Legends Arceus as much as it's very fun. It's a very fun game. It's a Pokemon game, so it's not gonna be like super like crazy intuitive or anything. It's gonna it's intuitive for a Pokemon game. It's good. It's fun. I like it. However, the localization of it makes me so mad. Yeah, that's my salt. The localization of it is so goddamn stupid. I can understand some of their logic, but at the same time, I'm like, we are in a place that looks and like is themed after feudal Japan. And you are naming people Beauregard and Zeke and Antha and Wanda. What are you doing? What? What are you doing? The weird thing is, they renamed the main characters like Akari, which is a Japanese name. But the original name, okay, I am incorrect. Happy Pride. Almost Happy Pride. But yeah, it's based in like old Japan. And it's very clearly Japanese, and you're naming people Beauregard and Zeke and Wanda and names that are very not Japanese. And then you're renaming characters so they sound more Japanese, and I'm very confused. Here's this character. Her name in the original is Kai, which means pearl. But now we named her Irida. Why? 'Cause iridescent, like a pearl. It's like, just name her Kai. Yeah, but kids don't understand that means pearl. That's fine. Then name her Pearl. Yeah, but that would be a very obvious name. Yes. Yes, it would. Just name them Diamond and Pearl. It's fine. Adaman and Irida? No. Stupid. My name's Professor Laventon. Okay. Why is every other professor named after a plant and you're named Laventon? Why aren't you Lavender, like in Japanese? Ravinda is his name in Japanese, just so you know. It's so dumb. It's so dumb. I can understand the logic with Irida being iridescent and adamant being adamant, like a quality of a diamond. I get it. I get it. I get it. But at the same time, you could have just kept their Japanese names because it would have made more sense. Laverton? Okay, yeah, they could have named him Laverton. Some of the characters are meant to be European, but also I haven't actually played it, just seen stream. Okay. I just know that I looked up all the character names and they were all Japanese in the Japanese version, and I don't know, maybe like some of the like NPCs that aren't as like important had like actual like European names, which would have been like, okay, I can understand that. But like I said, I can understand a lot of their logic, and a lot of it I'm like, no. It might be a typo. I think my biggest pet peeve with Legends Arceus, and this is just like a small like quality of life thing, is there's a clothing store and they have a ton of clothes. And when there's new clothes in stock, the character tells you there's new clothes in stock. But none of it is highlighted to tell you that it's new. You have to scroll through it all. And it's so annoying to see what's new. Drives me up the wall. Moonpie. I'm gonna feed Moonpie. So I will BRB. Moonpie. You want some food? You want some food? Yeah? Alright, well BRB. Where? She's mad because I gave her dry food. Whenever I feed her wet food, she starts to protest if I don't give her wet food, and wet food only. But I can't do that. That's bad for her. She'd get constipated. Don't want that. Anyway, I'm back. Let's get back to it. Ooh. How's everybody doing? Dirty. I don't even remember. Yeah, okay. I was trying to figure out how much time I've spent. Tuna mayo. But nah, Moonpie is obsessed with wet food. She's obsessed. But I like to give her it sometimes because, like, she's insane and she scarfs her food all the time. I've given her, like, almost every kind of scarf, like, anti-scarf bowl. But she somehow figures out how to scarf anyway. And it drives me nuts. So right now, she has a bowl that has a little hole in it that she can't fit her face through. So she, in order to eat, she has to grab the food by using her paw and pull it out. And then it is on like a little dish, right? And then she can eat it. So what she has discovered is, oh, I can just dig my paw in there and pull out as much food as I want and then scarf it. And I'm like, what is your problem? Why do you do this? So I like to change between wet food and dry food intermittently. So like every other day I'll give her wet food. Because otherwise she ends up scarfing her food, her dry food. She doesn't scarf the wet food for some reason. She eats it fast, but she doesn't scarf it. Yeah. This has been a problem forever. We have not been able to find a solution. Fucking snarf it, yeah. Yep, yeet the food everywhere. That's exactly what Moonpie did with her last bowl. Just flipped the bowl and then ate all the food. And I'm like, why? Why do you have this need to just scarf the food down? Just wolf it down. She is so food driven. I've never known a cat so food driven. Have I tried a rock in the food bowl? Well, then, like, she wouldn't be able to get the food at all. 2-ounce canned wet food and some dry food, and Alder gets 1 ounce wet food and a little more dry food daily. Just a regular bowl? Oh no, she'll figure out a way to scarf it. See, she had a bowl that was like a weird, like, maze of like silicone, whatever. But then she just figured out she could just bite it and then flip it over. Simply feed her 1 kiblet at a time. You know, I had a dog. I lived with a dog once. That was like that. Like, we needed to feed her that way. Because, okay. She would only eat wet food. If you tried to feed her dry food, she wouldn't eat it. Unless it was Moonpie's. I'm dead serious. Like, Moonpie had her food in a regular bowl at this point. And this dog would just go over and eat it. And it wasn't her food. And I'm like, hello? And so we were like, okay, let's give her dry food. Maybe she'll eat it. No, she did not eat it. So we're like, okay, let's put it on a plate or something. No, she wouldn't eat it. But she would eat it if you put it in your hand. She would eat it. This dog was insane. I did not understand this dog at all. And she would act like we were starving her. She would watch, like, forlornly as, like, Moonpie would eat and just be like, wow, I wish I had food! And it's like you have food in your dog bowl right there. Right there. Buffoonery. It's such an animal thing. If, like, the food isn't yours, or if it's not yours, you want it. You want it? That's how it is. That's how Moonpie was for a bit. She would only drink water that was in a cup that wasn't hers. So I was like, oh, I guess I should give you a cup to drink out of instead. And turns out, no, she didn't want to drink from that cup. She only wanted to drink from yours. Astro looks so adorable. Thank you. Thank you. I'm glad I am able to work on them while you are here. I was like, what am I gonna do for stream today? And I was like, well, I could do a bunch of coding and script writing and stuff, but that would be boring. But I do still have to make this. So I'm gonna make this. I'm gonna make this sprite. This is my thank you for all the snarping you've done. That's just what we're gonna call, like, Queen Snarf's actions in general. Snarping. We still gotta figure out when we gotta do that Mario Party stream. Speaking of snarping. Uh-oh. Hello. Ugh. Yes, I will not address the name. I will not say that out loud. I don't want that on me saying that on record. Says the person who just the other day said, I'm going to piss and shit everywhere. I have standards. I'm good. I'm drawing sprites for my game. And that is what I am doing. Do 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 do. Hooray! You finished the piece you were working on. No more lurking. Awesome. Thank you so much. I'm glad this is looking good. I feel like I'm working at a snail's pace right now, but I'm hoping I can at least get one variation done. Or this one version done. Oh, dummy. I'm a dummy. I just realized I put the colors for the eyes and stuff in a place they shouldn't be. So I'm gonna move them. There we go. I've never played Final Fantasy VI, but I like the soundtrack. Or at least this song. I don't think I know much any other song. What in fuck? Ah. Here we go. There we go. Alright, cool. Finally. Finally, we are at peace. So something funny I've realized is I'm back like doing stuff on Tumblr. I'm mostly just going there for enjoyment. Because scrolling Twitter always feels like a nightmare. So I'm like, I need another place to scroll that's just fun. And Tumblr seems to be that so far, so I'm like, yeah. And I've noticed, I've reblogged like a few like Bionicle memes because they make me laugh. And now if I go to like things you'll like or whatever, like Tumblr recommends to you, like posts that they'll think you'll like, there's just so much stuff from the Bionicle fandom which I didn't know existed. So I'm out here like, wow, there's a Bionicle fandom and Tumblr thinks I'm a part of it. This is great. Oh, based on your likes, that's it. I've been bonkled. I've been bonkled. There was like years ago. There was some like 14-year-old who was just like trying to tell me about Bionicle all the time, and I was just like, okay, I didn't know Bionicle still existed. Or it was people were still interested in it. Speaking of Tumblr, I saw the funniest frickin' TikTok on Tumblr this morning, and I can't stop thinking about it. It's, this dude, he's just like this shirtless, ripped, tattooed dude. It's just in his boxers. And he just picks up this little gray cat, and he's like, hey there, buddy, I'm gonna sing you a song. And this cat does not want to be there and is like hissing and shit. And then just smacks him in the face and hooks a claw into his face, and this guy goes, ah! And then starts singing Bella Ciao, like, incredibly. And the cat is just like, the whole time. The cat is just, it's not calmed, it just is very clearly very confused. I recently found out this guy does a ton of videos like that, and I'm just kind of like, why is this cat so angry all the time? That's not good. I feel like as a one-off thing, that's a funny video, but when you just keep doing it, it's like, oh, then that's a little harsh. You should chill out. It was funny in the moment, seeing that video. Unironic checkmate liberals memes show up once from the based on your likes thing just because I liked a political post once, and I was like, where am I? God, I hate that. That reminds me when I was like, one day I was just looking at YouTube shorts just cause I felt like it. And cause I saw like a cute cat video or something, and then I just started scrolling through cute cat videos and cute animal videos, cute, like, just videos in general. And then how quickly they turned into political videos that were like, checkmate liberals. It was like insane. It started recommending like, it started playing Ben Shapiro videos, and I was like, hello? I just wanted to watch the cat play a piano. Could you just let me live my life? Jordan Peterson. God, I hate him. Yeah, I remember specifically the Ben Shapiro video. I thought it was going to be like owning him or something, and it was him reacting to a video of two people at Pride. And he was just like, well, that person is clearly a woman and not a man, as she is saying. And that person is a... And I was like, I hate you. I hate Ben Shapiro because he looks like this, he looks like a kid from my childhood that I very severely hated. And that sounds harsh, but, this kid was like Birdly incarnate. Like, if you played Deltarune Chapter 2 and you know Birdly, this kid was Birdly. And, yeah. It's kind of terrifying how bad it's gotten. Who, Ben Shapiro or Jordan Peterson? Let's say, hypothetically, for the sake of the argument, I'm Mr. Worldwide. No. Pitbull? What do we... Where did Pitbull come from? I'm not saying that. Cuts to them saying that. Nah, but, I knew this kid that I stopped being friends with. I wasn't really a fan of this kid in the first place. First of all, he was a brony. And, asked me and another friend if we can make a fully animated, fan series of My Little Pony. And we were both like, one, neither of us animate. Two, that's two people. You want to do a fully animated project for free? Part of me is like, what if this guy finds this and knows that I'm talking about him? And the other part of me is like, I hope he finds this and knows that I'm talking about him. Because, fuck this guy. But, anyway. So, the reason I stopped being friends, or like talking to this guy altogether, is because he kept using the C-U-N-T word. I don't like that word. Like, he just kept calling his sister this, like, to be funny. And I was like, hey, can you please stop doing that? That's really rude and inappropriate. Or at least don't do it around me. I don't like it. Dude sends me, like, a whole Ben Shapiro paragraph, like, essay. Not paragraph, essay. Wall of text. Like, let's say, hypothetically, that I started using garbage can instead. Well, would you be as offended? It doesn't matter what, like, like, words don't mean anything. Words are just words. It's the meaning behind the words. The inclination behind the words. It's not anything to do with the words' definition themselves. So I could say whatever words I want, as long as my intention is not to offend. So I could say whatever words I want, and he lists all these offensive words. And you just have to deal with it. And then I blocked him. And then I never talked to him again, and I've been so happy. Aw, hell yeah, lurk. Hello? Oh! Elliot with 2 T's. We're Elliotin' tonight. Both of you have the same color name, and it's gonna throw me off. That's the slippery slope to slurs are okay. Yeah, that's what he was saying. I can say anything I want. Suffer. I will suffer. Now I'm gonna call you Elliot and Bianco. Enjoy your gift sub. Thank you, Queen Snarf. Twice the amount. Parents used to use that argument when I asked why I wasn't allowed to say certain words. Slippery slope relies on the assumption that isn't the end goal, which I'm sure it was. All the Elliots. Double Elliots. Oh, sorry for my burp. Oh yeah, I feel like this is a pretty universal experience, honestly. I feel like there's some white kid in somebody's life that was like, I can say anything I want. I can say anything I want. I don't know why this is the Goobert voice now. It's like Lumpy Space Princess. Like, it's just the intention with my words. I can say any word I want. I could even say garbage can with the intention that it's a slur and then it's bad. Then it's a bad word. It's a bummer because we were friends for a while. That sucks though. See a queen on the screen. Hi Sky, welcome. Why could I say darn but not damn? You see, you say that. My grandpa told me I couldn't say darn. He's like, it's the same thing. You can't say either. It wasn't like, you could say this but not this. No, I couldn't say heck. I couldn't say darn. I couldn't say dang. He's like, no, it's all the same. Couldn't say shoot. Nope. I lived in hell. I'm sorry. Heck. Oh god, I'm sorry. I can't say anything. Always bothers me so much, like use the word on your own time, but not with someone who expresses discomfort. I have words I might use for OCs of mine, but I don't around certain friends because they make them uncomfortable. Yeah! You wouldn't darn a sock. What? No! Yeah, the thing is, like, it bothered me. So, like, it's not that hard to stop saying a slur around me. Because it makes me uncomfortable because I fit in that food group. I fit in that food group. I'll take it. I'll take the L for that. Yeah, not gonna call yourself the D word. I'm okay, like, saying that word. I just know other people wouldn't be okay. I wasn't allowed to say sucks or frick, but I could say stinks or flip. Oh my god. Food for thought. Food for thought. Texted me one article about, like, black violence and tried arguing that the police were victims and the BLM were bad. Oh no! Oh no. I hate that. I hate that. I hate that. Oh, bad. Such calming music to this conversation. Nah, but now that I've told, like, the worst story about this guy, I gotta tell, like, funny stories because I love talking about this guy. He thought he was an anime character. Oh god. But this kid was an anime character. So one time, we were very small. This was back when Pokemon Stadium was a thing. And I think it was the second Pokemon Stadium. And you could, like, plug... There was, like, something in the controller that you could plug in your cartridge and you can upload, like, your Pokemon into the game. And I was like, oh, hell yeah. I'm glad you don't talk to this guy anymore, Queen Snarf. But, so I was like, hell yeah. I'm gonna put my super great team into Pokemon Stadium. I love my Blorbos. I'm gonna fight you with them. So this kid was like, ha ha ha. You're going to fight me? You're going to fight me? And I was like, yeah, I'm gonna fight you. And he's like, I'm so good at Pokemon. I only need to use 3. And I was like, okay. And I remember exactly what he picked. Entei, Gengar, and Suicune. And I was like, okay. He's like, this is all I need to defeat you. And I was like, okay, dude. So, keep in mind, my team was full. Have the power of God and anime on my side. That was him, except no God. He didn't believe in God. Yeah, don't be afraid to cut them out of your life, goddamn. So I'm taking a long-ass break, but... So this kid trying to fight me with these 3 Pokemon. I had Raticate, I had Venusaur, I had Articuno. I didn't have a well-balanced team, but my Raticate was OP, knew Thunderbolt and Dig and, like, Hyper Fang. So my Raticate was my baby. I love that guy. Gengar will do. And this dude, like, deduced, like, what would be the best combo, against my team. And he was sitting there like, no, that won't do. Like, very anime character, like, talking to himself. Like, insane. Absolutely bonkers. And so, holy shit. So, he picks these Pokemon, and I'm fighting Entei or Suicune, I don't remember. I think it was Entei. And, so I hit this guy with a water move, and he's just like, you think you can beat me? This is a legendary Pokemon. And I was like, cool, dude. And I beat the shit out of him. And before, the last Pokemon of his, the HP hit 0, he just smashed the Nintendo 64, the power button on it, and then, like, stormed out of the room, like, Aah! And I was like, okay, I win. It was beautiful. I have one more story, but that was a pretty good warm-up. Watching the overconfident kid in my class poke-a-duel the actually competent kid in my class, and they both used the flying legendary one. Can't remember its name. He had a level 100 to the other kid's level 72, and he still lost. Nice! Love to see it. One Pokemon for setup, one for sweeping. Oh, yeah. Oh, no. There's some, like, stupid evil strategies with competitive Pokemon, to the point where there are Pokemon and there are moves and items and stuff that are banned from competitions. I don't know all the details, but I'm pretty sure Smeargle is banned. Like, you are not allowed to use Smeargle. Because Smeargle, you can give whatever moveset you want, and the go-to, from what I remember, was holding a focus sash, and using, oh god, Endeavor, I think was it? Where you make the Pokemon, your opponent's Pokemon, like the same HP as you. So the opponent would do a one-hit KO, but it wouldn't one-hit KO because of the focus sash. So they would hold on to 1 HP, and then they would use Endeavor, and then the opposing Pokemon would have 1 HP. And then they would either just boop, knock them out, or beforehand, they would do Toxic. So, another strategy I saw, which was evil, was using Toxic and then using Protect the rest of the battle. Fuck that. That's evil. That's painful. I just rage quit when somebody did that to me once when I was playing Pokemon Online. Somebody did the Smeargle strategy to me, and then somebody did the Pyukumuku strategy, which was the last one, the Protect. Blunder policy, Darkrai. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, no. I wasn't even using that, like, crazy strategies. I was a small baby. I was just using, like, Pokemon strategy of, like, you know, having 6 Pokemon on my team. Not trying to show off by having 3 legendaries or 2 legendaries and a Gengar. Like, goddamn. Hate that kid. I have one more story. One more story about this kid. This Ben Shapiro look-alike and sound-alike child. So, I don't know how many people would be familiar with Dark Cloud, the game Dark Cloud, or Dark Chronicle, Dark Cloud 2, I don't know. So there's this game Dark Cloud, and it has like a sim aspect to it, as in like a Sim City sort of aspect, where you have to rebuild towns. It's pretty cool. And you kind of have a little bit of free reign with it, and it's really neat because you have to listen to like what the villagers say to see where they want to be. So somebody will be like, oh, I want to be next to some place that has good smelling food, so you put them next to the bakery. And it's sweet. It's lovely. I like it. Great games. So you can kind of make your towns look like pretty nice if you want, or you can just whatever. So this dude was at the like end game, and I see this like place he made, and it's gorgeous, and I'm like, wow, dude, did you make, what is this place? And he was just like, this is my garden. And I was like, wow, okay, that's kind of creepy, okay. Wow, your beautiful, beautiful garden that you designed yourself. So later I went to the end of the game, in Dark Cloud 2, that last area that he was in, the goal of that area is to look at, it's very cool, you look at pictures in this foyer, whatever you want to call it, of this castle, and you have to piece together what the original garden used to look like. So that wasn't even his original design. He just made the garden like the game told him to. And then he was like bragging it up like, yeah, that's my garden. And I'm like, okay. Mystical anime boy voice. What is this magical place? Me entering a Costco. Oh, Lord. But that's all my stories about that child that was basically Birdly. Oh my god. Oh yeah, no, I'm not even the one who realized this. I told this, like, the Pokemon story to Case once, and they were like, oh, so he was Birdly. And I was like, yes! You're right! That's why I hate Birdly so much. I hate Birdly so much. I hate Birdly so much. And that's why. Birdly is, like, second least favorite character in the world. I hate that guy. I hate that guy. The only true route of Deltarune Chapter 2 is the Snowgrave route. Because, you know. You know why. You know why. And people are like, well, Birdly had a good backstory. I'm like, no he didn't. No he didn't. I don't give a shit about him. He always had to be the smartest one. But he wasn't. He was always number 2. Good. He deserved to be last. He deserved to be last! Hate him. I'm sorry. I really hate Birdly. There is one character I think I hate more than Birdly, and you can't talk about them. You can't. Because then I would have to talk about it, and then I don't want to. So I feel like people can deduce who my least favorite character ever. Yes. Is it Steven after not surviving? No! No! Arcane Elliot. You weren't here for when we were talking about terrible cartoon theories, and one of them was Steven dies and becomes Sans. I'm still losing it over it. Yeah, it's literally a ham steak. I hate ham steak. Disgusting food. Ham steak, disgusting. No, I love Sans, and I also love Steven. Steven is my son. Steven's a good boy. Oh yeah, I hate ham steaks. I don't like ham. Ham is gross. And I don't really like steak that much. It's also gross. So, I imagine a ham steak is probably bad. Get that on record. I hate ham steaks. This is a good song. I feel like this is pretty universal knowledge. If you're new, I hate ham steaks. Ham steaks with mac and cheese. You know what? That actually sounds good. Ham steak on pizza with pineapple. I'll start it. I'll start the pineapple on pizza discourse. It's alright. It's good. It's not amazing. It's just good. I like pineapple. It's good. Thank you, Nightbot. I made bog last night, and I have leftovers, and I think I'm gonna eat some. After the stream. I mean, it's fine. There's like fruits that are really good with like savory things, I think, and pineapple's one of them. Mango's another, but I don't know how mango would be on pizza. It might be good. Who knows? I like making mango salsa for tacos. It's real good. It's good shit. Me sliding into my Discord, starting the hot dogs serve the same purpose as sushi, therefore hot dogs are sushi discourse. Oh god, that's bad. That's bad. Shrimp mango pizza once, actually? That sounds good. Shrimp and mango? Ooh. Pizza is interesting because it's just like a vessel. It's just like... It's like a sandwich or a taco. It's just like a vessel to put like foods on. Or like ingredients on. Generally, you want to put cheese and sauce on it, but you don't always have to. And that's the cool thing about pizza. Your ADHD meds make you never hungry? Yeah, I hear that. That would be a problem for me. I would disappear if I didn't eat enough. I would just disappear, just boop. Like this. My eyes would be left behind though. Whoa. Oh god. I'm all disoriented now. I'm sorry. Simply Pope. What happened? Hot dog sushi is a thing. Like, I'm pretty sure I've seen hot dog sushi. Like, they just put, like, a hot dog in a roll of sushi. I'm not saying hot dogs are sushi, or sushi are hot dogs. But there is hot dog sushi. I'm pretty sure that's a thing. It's disgusting, because hot dog's bad. Oh yeah, spam sushi is also a thing. I have seen hot dog sushi. I know I'm not imagining that. Spam sushi. I have not had spam in so long. I just remember never liking it. Oh wait, no. I don't need to add highlights because that doesn't fit the style. Actually. Astro Boy shine. There we go. Oh. Okay. We have one. And now I don't have to do much to do the variation. So I'm gonna save that. Let me save that. Now this is gonna be real scary and I'm sorry. Hold on. Oh! Terrifying. Terrifying. Bread replaces the rice. Crab meat replaces the hot dog. Any bits in the sushi, like carrots and cucumber, or like relish and onions and mustard. Oh, water. Hey, buddy. Nice hat. Thanks. I was being sarcastic. And I stole your face! Sorry, old memes. I don't even think that was a meme. I think that was just from a dumb video. Meat holding bits in a vessel that is rolled up grain. The purpose and shape of sushi is to allow easy transportation of goodies and meat to your mouth with the grain to soften the blow. Is that not what hot dogs are? You make a fair point. In that case, I feel like most foods are like essentially the same thing. It's some sort of grain holding some sort of meat substance. Or cheese. Or cheese. Cats are having an argument and haven't figured out what Mochi's different meows mean, and so I'm very confused. Cookie hissed at him and now he's sprinting around meowing. Oh my god. Yeah, that's just Asdiff movie. Asdiff movie was Vines before Vines. Okay, one face variation. It's not that different. In fact, I think I only need to do one thing. No, I think I need to do a bit more, but... Sushi is just burrito that gets sliced. Have you ever had a sushi burrito? Because that's also a thing. Apparently there's a place in Orlando now called Sus High, and I want to go because it's called Sus High. But they have sushi burritos, and they like roll them in like Dorito like bits, which is awful, and I love it. Yeah, food is just food. Food is just food is food. Food. The thing that qualified, like the reason a sandwich was made is because this dude, Earl of Sandwich, wanted a food that he could eat while gambling. So, if your food, you can eat it while gambling, it's a sandwich now. Okay, I'm gonna change the eyebrows. And sweat drops. There we go. So I got like real focused in eyebrows. There we go. Get rid of that. Get rid of that. Sus High. No, S-U-S-H-I. Sus High. The Among Us High School. It's where all the Amogus beans go to eat. And also go to high school. Oh! Ugh! I just punched my earbud out. Oh god. Moonpie, you have been fed. Stop this nonsense. She's being nonsensical. Nonsensical cat. There we go. Nonsensicat. Sometimes the sandwich really is portable. Some sandwiches are not. I mean, I feel like you'll get a sandwich somewhere and it's just chock full of stuff. You have to use both hands. Like, the whole reason a sandwich was made was so you can eat it one-handedly. And now, like, there are sandwiches that can't even qualify as sandwiches now. Lollipop? Sandwich. That's a sandwich now. These aren't stoner eyes! Stop it! No! Oh no! Now I'm self-conscious of my eyes. Nah, it's fine. Could pretend there's... It's just... It's weed time. Sandwich sounds good. It's not weed! I love that Vine where the guy's like, why are your eyes so red? And the guy's like, oh, it's just something in my eye. It's just smoke weed. I'm glad you like it. Oh. I'm gonna drink some water and stretch and stuff. Wow. Sick reference. Hold on. Hold on. Dude, sick reference to Queen Snarf smoking weed. I can't believe you're so clever. You were clever enough to bring up Snarf smoking weed on your stream because you knew that Queen Snarf smoke weed and smoke Snarf, they are Snarf, and you knew that if you brought up the snoof smoking the weed, that people would know that, and they would clap. Clip that. And they would clap. The truth come out. Does Queen Snarf smoke the weed? And they would clap. I think my favorite way he says clap is when he just says clap. There was one time he was like, clap! If you are lost, that's a Vinny Vinesauce meme. Every time weed comes up, he says that exactly like that. Except he's talking about Snoop Dogg. I'm gonna redo it. Dude, sick reference to Snoop Dogg smoking weed. I can't believe you're so clever. You were clever enough to bring up Snoop smoking weed on your stream because you knew that Snoop Dogg smoked weed, and Smoke Dogg, he is Snoop, and you knew that if you brought up the Snoop Dogg smoking David, that people would know that, and they would clap. It kills me because every single time he does it down to the T. He says David, he says Snoop Dogg, he says Snoop. Does Queen Snarf does is smunk? Arcane Elliot. I must tell you, the other day, I ended the stream with me doing a fishing minigame, and the raid message to Case was, fish love me, or fish want me, women fear me, and everybody, like purposefully butchered it. I told them to. And it just kept getting more and more crazy, and it was the funniest shit I've ever seen. It was amazing. Everybody's amazing. And I'm gonna finish this. I'm gonna finish this. The rumor come out. That's the wrong layer, goddammit, fuck. Okay. I like how my accent, there's like, it's like, what is it? Is it Midwestern? Is it Southern? Nobody knows. Fish fear woman me. Thank you. Bianco Elliot. Me fear fish, I want women. My friend got a shirt recently. I need to read it out loud to you all. Real quick. Real quick. So my friend got a shirt. It has a picture of a fish on it, and it says, "Born to swim. Ocean is a fuck." And then it has the kanji for fish. "Kill 'em all, 1989. I am Fishman. 410,757,086. No, that's billion. It's a huge number. Dead carps. And it's great. And I need you all to know about that shirt. Fish is a fuck. The wash tag shirt in Harajuku? Oh god. I know I've seen a lot of like broken English shirts from Japan. It's great. Starned. Proceed thoughts. No! It's so funny. This sounds like the Danny Phantom theme. He's a phantom. My cousin had a shirt that said, "I have no money" on it in Icelandic. He wore it to Iceland and was quite nervous because all he knew is that he had been told the shirt said he had no money. Oh no. Oh no. Did it actually say that? I think my art teacher told me a story of their friend who got like Chinese characters tattooed on their body. And they were like, yeah, this means fearless. This means fearless. And my art teacher's friend who was Chinese was like, nah, that says General Tso's chicken. And yeah. Be careful. Be careful. Make sure you know what these characters actually say. Barbecue? Oh! Ariana Grande's Chinese characters tattoos say barbecue. Oh. Okay. Guess what? I think I'm done. I want to add one more detail. Here we go. Okay. Two variations. Productive stream. We've done it. No fear. One fear. So. I'm gonna save this as this size. I think my ex's little brother got a food order tattooed on him on purpose. I have heard of people doing that on purpose, which is silly. Momo has the zoomies and just started playing and released the fucking deepest growl at a toy. Oh no! We're listening to digestion music right now. I'm sorry. The sounds of digestion. With no context, that's terrible. This is the level in Ape Escape where you're inside a giant dinosaur. Yeah. Momo is off the chain. Off the rails. Hashtag shirt reads, keep your head up. You have to decide what your highest priorities are and have the courage, pleasantly, smilingly, non-apologetically, to say no to other things. And the way you do that is by having a bigger yes burning inside. The enemy of the best is often the good. Simple can be harder than complex. You have to work hard to get your thinking clean to make it simple. But it's worth it in the end, because once you get there, you can move mountains! And it had a picture of a wash tag on the back. That's beautiful. You know what that reminds me of? I've got to read this in an anime girl voice. Hold on. It's not as long.
Please remember that when you feel scared or frightened, never forget times when you feel happy. When day is dark, always remember happy day.
Reminds me of Remember Day. Remember Happy Day. Motivational fisherman. Yes! Always remember happy day. One time, I was talking about that while I was playing Valheim with my friend, and I was like, hold on, I'm gonna drink water. I was like, I'm gonna read that in a tiny anime girl voice, and they didn't believe me. They were like, you can't do that. And then I did, and they were like, I guess they didn't know that I could do that. Excellent. Gonna check that meme out later. Okay, so I'm gonna do... I did resize it, right? Gotta make sure. Sure did. Alright. Triple checked. Okay. Save as. Astro 1. And... I love this fucking song. I wish you guys could see me jamming. I'm glad you like the Sprite. Okay. Okay. God, Earthworm Jim music fucking goes. This is like a remix of it. It's so good. Impeccable vibes. Okay. I may have to bring out the long cat just for spoiler reasons. It's gonna be like in the demo, but also if you haven't played the first game, it might be a little spoilery. I would show the code right now, but again, spoilery. Show Dan at left with ease. Okay. Show Astro 1 at right with ease in right. Okay. No. And show Astro 2 with dissolve. Okay. Hide Astro with dissolve. Show... Dan, OG, QT. Smile with... Wait. At center with... I'm just gonna say everything I'm typing so you know what I'm typing. So you know the code. Imagine like math going over my face right now. There's no math involved right now. The spoiler bread. Yeah. Hide. Okay, Shodan, OG, QT, at smile at center with ease. Okay. And that should be good. Gotta check though. So that'll be part of the stream, is we're gonna check. Eventually, it'll come up. Oh! Thank you so much, Queen Snarf. I'm glad you like this Sprite so much. It turned out well. But someday this game will launch. Will it? Launch. You fool. Oh, I don't think I saved the code. Need to go to bed now, so I will bid you all adieu, but have a great rest of the stream. Astro looks amazing. Hope you all have a great night. Thank you! Thank you! Sleep well, Semaphoric Wave. Let's see. Game capture? Specific window. Yeah. Okay. Do it. Do it. There we go. Awesome. I'll make it smaller. We gotta bring out that long bread. Where's the long bread? There it is. Oh, I also have to turn off the music, huh? Hold on.
Okay.
Let's see. Where? Oh, where? Okay, lampstand. Let's hope this works. There's Dandy. Oh, that's my voice. It's a placeholder. I don't want my voice for Dandy. What kind of plant? What kind of plant we want? What kind of plant we want? Ones that... What's your favorite kind of plant? Ones that provide food? Pretty ones? Medicinal ones? Excited to go on HRT, but I'm also bummed out that I won't be able to do some of the stupid voices that I always do anymore. God. Food plant? Alright. Offers you a basil. That's me laughing. This'll make it easier to, record when I find somebody who can do Dandy. I don't know what kind of voice I want for Dandy is the thing. Okay. Oh! Additional bread. Okay. Needed that additional bread. Oh. And he was like, "Oh, cool, thanks for the bread." Okay, I'm gonna save right here. And... maybe I should have saved later. Also, this is case music. Also, I'm gonna save right here. Okay. God. I'm always like, I didn't write enough. And then I'm like, oh geez, I wrote so much. There we go. Hey! You are I might have to make you smaller, because Dandy's huge. Okay. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna make you smaller. Oh! I got that wrong too. Whoops! Okay, well. Time to fix things. First of all, let's get rid of that. Get that bread out of here. No bread. Part of me misses the BRB bread screen. But, oh well. Comic Sans sign. Yeah, I'm sorry. I was thinking of like farmers markets. They always use Comic Sans because they don't know. They don't know. They don't know. Okay, bring the music back. I'm going to Smollen. We're gonna Smollen. Oh god. There we go. What? What? There we go. Okay. Smollen. We're gonna Smollen. That looks like it made no difference. I'm gonna make it smaller. Oops, I used the number keypad. Whoop. Shrink ray. Okay. And then there's one thing. Oh, I said one. I said one, you fool. One. One. I am small. Okay. Smaller. Let's try this again. Look. Boop. Hello again. Okay. Better. Better. What do you think? What do you think? Oh no. Oh no. I forgot the bread. Oh no. There we go. I suppose if somebody really wanted spoilers, they could have just gone through that and screen capped it, but you know. Leeks. Leeks. You know, like the vegetable. Dissolve. Okay, so I need to fix that. Which one was that actually? What was that actually called? We're gonna find out. Leaks. Leaks. Game. Images. Dan. OG. QT. Oh, it's SMB. It's just SM. I just spelled it wrong. SM. Alright. Now, let's reopen it. Oh, excuse me. Let's go. Nope. Come on. Come on. Get on screen. There we go. Oh. There we go. And beep. Joop. 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 There we go. Howdy. There we go. There we go. Oh, that's what I'm talking about, baby. That's what I needed. Ooh. Yes. Okay. Cool. So we got that. We got more done than I expected to get done, honestly. So now I need to figure out when to end this demo. And that's gonna be a lot of boring, like, coding, which has spoilers in it, so you wouldn't be able to see it. Their colors match pretty good, because Dandy has a lot of pink and yellow and dark blue, and so does Astro, so it works out. Also, they're both cats with horns. Technically, Astro has like little manta ray horns with wings, even though those are like manta ray wings. And stingers. They're both... Yes. Alright, cool. So we got it. We got it. We did it. Oh, I'm glad you like it. I'm so glad. Let's see. Let's see. jam to some music for a moment. And I wanna... Trying to figure out... Okay, so Dandy takes you to... I can, like, bounce ideas off of you guys. Dandy takes you to a forest. And I want you guys, like, in this demo to at least see, like, each of these backgrounds that these characters take you to. Especially the arcade. Okay, so let's read up until the forest. So I'm just gonna read you guys this stuff. This isn't, like, spoilery. This is in the demo, like I said. This isn't gonna be spoilery for the first game. So, you follow the hulking dragon lion along the shore, and sure enough, there's a pathway just around the bend leading into a forest just up ahead. Dandy says, "It's so nice to have everything within walking distance like this. Walking everywhere is such a great way to keep grounded. You don't mind the occasional walk, but walking everywhere sounds like it'd be a pain." And Dandy laughs. "To each their own. I've gotten in the habit of practicing mindfulness while going for walks. It really helps me keep calm." "Mindfulness? Yes!" He leads you into the forest along the beach. Upon entering, you feel strange. The forest doesn't look like a forest you'd find along a beach, but sure enough, it's here. And looking back over your shoulder is the beach. Dandy doesn't seem at all affected by the environmental dissonance, turning his attention back to you. What if, like, he turns the attention back to you, and he's like, "I'm afraid that is the end of the demo, my friend. How about you go and, like, talk to the other two characters and see what you feel about them. Anyway, so long." Something like that. This was such a delightful stream, and you did such a fantastic job with Astro. I'm having a wonderful time. I'm so glad. Okay. Yes. Yes. I'm gonna make a note of that. Okay. I'm afraid that's the end of the demo, lol. Okay. I love Dandy. Dandy is absolutely your type of character. I think you're gonna like him the most. This marks the end of the road, my friend. If you'd like to go further, check out Mixed Feelings Elysium. Well, I mean, this is the demo for the game. Check it out when it's officially released. I don't know when I don't know if I have a release date in mind yet. I'm kind of slowly poking my way through this game, but maybe I could shoot for the anniversary of the first game. How many years will it be by then? It'll be 2. It'll be 2 years in October. That'll be fun. That would be a fun, like, oh man, we can play both of them. 2 of them. If you'd like to go further, get hype! I can't imagine. I can't imagine. It's fun. Okay, don't tell Girl Stream. Don't tell Girl Stream team this. If you guys are watching this, don't stop. Go away. Don't tell them this. But I have plans to make the demo for them specifically meta and scare them. I want to scare no. I want Ezra at least to address them by name. It'll be funny. I hope they're not watching this. Are you guys watching this? Are you guys watching this? Don't. Get out of here. If you are, pretend that you didn't hear me say that. Just pretend. Okay. We're safe. Nobody clip that and send it to them. I would get pissed. I'd be like, no. Anyway, I'm gonna see who I can send y'all over to. I should have checked this earlier, but I didn't. Because I'm a fool. I'm a fool. Oh, God. Oh, Adi is celebrating their year of streaming. You know what? What if we copy-pasted the wash tag shirt? No, that would be too confusing as the raid message. Hang on, let me make sure. Let me double check, because if we made the raid message like happy streamiversary or something and it wasn't actually their streamiversary, that would suck. That would be embarrassing. Okay, it is. Okay. Okay. Can I do this? No, we can't do the wash tag! That would be weird. That would be confusing. Hang on. Okay. No! I haven't even put up the credits yet because I'm a fool. Let's do it. That's my phone telling me to go to bed. No, it's not. No! There's mayhem! There's mayhem! Thank you, everybody! No, don't make it wash tag! Okay, do wash tag. We're not raiding yet! Don't do it! God damn it. Oh, thank you everybody for coming. Next stream is Wednesday. I'm probably gonna be finishing up commissions. Next stream. Thank you all so much. It's been great. I'm gonna send you all to Audie. Tell them happy streamiversary or wash tag, whatever. That's up to you. Have a great night.